Hello, I'm going to speak about singularity. Now, singularity is a very strange concept. In fact, it's an important concept. It's related to the unity. What was the original system that created everything what we see in nature? So included all beings, processes, everything. Now, a singularity, and a number of philosophers and mathematicians have thought about this. How can it be? Now, the basic idea for the moment is still that there is a Big Bang. The Big Bang means that there was an abstract point or a point that has exploded, so was destructured in zillions and zillions of pieces, and then there was a process, normally about 300,000 years, they say, that there were fundamental recombinations of these particles in new particles. Now, I ask you, is this logic? Is it logic that a singularity can destroy itself? In my opinion, it's not possible even. So, the idea, the alternative that you have on this, is that the singularity creates its own subsets. So the singularity has the possibility to transform certain parts of itself in subsets. In subsets then which will have own life, being like separate pieces but still connected with the totality. And even you see that in gravity. In gravity you see that we have a lot of different parts, but they are all interconnected in some way. Now, in my opinion, the way how they are connected is topologically. They are created by the same membrane. The membrane is unbreakable, and it's very dynamic. This is my postulate. I say there is a membrane that is very dynamic, and I show you here how I interpret this. So there is a membrane, a single membrane, is very dynamic, and there is nothing else. So that's my singularity. And the singularity is very dynamic, so it has oscillating surface, and you see there are peaks that goes inside, goes outside, so it's very dynamic. It's giant, of course, in relative to our observation and what we meet. So this is the origin of everything. Now, this membrane, being very dynamic, can have a penetration of active peaks through which go through passive peaks. And now we get this. It's like we create for the first time, we create in such a system a structure. And the structure is a holon. We call it a holon because it contains two parts of the parents, or certain parts of the parents, and is still acting like a whole. So what we have here on topological way, we see here that we have a kind of bell. A bell which has a clapper, and the bell has also its cup, and together that makes a bell. So here we have a sound. And why do we have a sound, or why do we have frequencies or vibrations? Because the clapper moves like this, and at the same time the passive one, the cup, is also moving. So it's like there is an internal friction between them, and one goes to the other, makes a bang or whatever, and so creates vibrations in the other layers. So the whole system can be analyzed as being a bell which has a clapper, and is the yang part, is the energy part that has caused the penetration, and you have the yin one, which is the passive one. So by this concept we create duality. So now we have created not only duality, we have created space. What we create, what we call space, is in fact is a combination, it's a structure of energy. And we have here, you can even say we have 3 coordinates already. Now we have 3 elements which make our 3-dimensional world, because this is invisible to us, this is not manifested energy. Now here we have manifested energy. Now this energy can be like bosons or what we call processes, but energy elements, or can be fermions, which will make matter. And we see here that this is a logic concept. We create for the first time existence, and we create structure, and everything is finally structure. And we can see to this like this is water, very dynamic, but not containing information. And we consider this as being ice. This is like retarded or knotted or entangled energy. Which is now structured. And we can call this let's say a capacitor in electronics. You see, the energy of the whole system can be stored for a while in this area, and then it is redistributed. So then we have the decay coming out. So the energy is released, it's stored for a while, and then it goes and is released for a while. So this is a logic system. Now if we go and look what we see in nature, the most simple thing what we see in nature can be called an electron. And when an electron moves through a field, it's called, then we see always that there is a magnetic field around it. Now what you see here can be called the electron, or the motion of the electron, or motion, a part of the membrane, which is surrounded by a magnetic field. Now if that electron goes back to Earth, what happens is that the electron disappears and also the magnetic field disappears. So we have here that the holon, being the electron with the magnetic field around, when it goes like this, it disappears and it becomes back again Earth. Now at the same time, this concept explains how what we call the fundamental forces, strong force and weak force, and electromagnetic force are explained. But at the same time it explains what gravity or attraction is about. It's attraction is about flexibility and stress. It's incorporated stress. Here you have incorporated stress. So when a holon here moves with a holon that is there, they are still related and connected by the membrane, so they can exchange energies. But when you have a concentration of holons in a certain spot, it will attract the smaller holons. Now about the complexity of the whole system. What we see here, of course, this holon can reposition itself in other types of the membrane, in other positions of the membrane. So it can create different type of combinations. But at the same time, this holon can also be passive one and be penetrated by other parts of the membrane. And that's how the complexity of the universe is created. Thank you.